Hear the stories of men and women switching hustles and escaping the odds through entrepreneurship after prison. Not only will these stories inspire you, but also unlock business tips for financial freedom. Let's get it. All right, thank y'all for tuning in to another dope episode of Escaping the Odds podcast. We interview the formerly incarcerated who are now successful entrepreneurs. I got my main man here with me for the second time. My guy Dre Rodriguez. We spent time incarcerated in federal prison. He was one of my first guests to come on the show, season 1. We're on season 3 now. Leveled up, doing bigger and better things. And that's what we all want to see. So he's the founder, president of Love City Media, which is a digital media company with a social impact component to it. So changing the landscape here in Chicago, man. So we're going to get his story, talk a little bit more about what he's doing, and let's get to it, man. So thanks for coming through, bro.
No doubt. Anytime, bro. You already know what it is.
Absolutely, man. So, yeah, tell us about Love City Media, man. I see it all over the gram, and you're doing a lot of great things in the community for us with your videography work. So, let's talk about that.
So the way Love City Media started, I was doing, like, violence prevention work in the neighborhood, working, like, with the youngsters, you know, that was tending to get in trouble with the law and, sometimes gang-involved youth, that type of stuff. And one of the biggest challenges that I had with connecting with them is we had to find some type of common ground, something that interests them, while in the midst of really like trying to work on life, you know?
Gotcha. Okay.
So I seen that a couple of the youngsters they like to do music, they like to rap. And like we spoke on our previous interview, I had some history in the music business.
Okay, yeah.
So I kind of gave them a go, like, I told them I'd put them in the studio. If they do 10 songs, we pick the best one and I'd get a video made for them. So at the time, I didn't know nothing about video production. I thought I was just going to be able to call somebody and have them shoot a video for a few $100s.
Right.
So when it came time, they lived up to their end of the bargain. So when it came time to me to live up to mine, I started making some phone calls and I seen that I wasn't going to be able to afford to be paying for videos every time they had a song. Yeah. So what I did is I started shooting videos off of iPhone, and I taught myself how to edit, a lot of YouTube videos. I connected with this videographer that was doing my friend's wedding, and I was telling him about what I'm trying to do, telling him how I'm trying to figure out the editing software, and he basically told me, like, give me a call if I'm not busy. You can slide through the studio. I could give you a few little tips. So I'd be in and out his studio for like 5 minutes at a time because he was always busy, and I'd just be telling him, like, look, man, I figured out how to do this, but I got stuck here, like, and then he just told me, just do this, do that. Right. And little by little, I ended up, figuring it out. So then the youngsters started getting better with the music. So I felt like, I had to get better with my production.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I said, I was shooting with an iPhone, and there's only so much stuff that you can do with an iPhone, because the limitations it has.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need me a real deal camera, something that's going to be respectable. So in the midst of that, I was starting my real estate career all over again, which we spoke about in my last podcast. So go check out the first interview. This will make more sense to you.
Right?
So I had just closed on a deal, so I had some more expendable cash at the moment, and I made an investment,
In yourself.
In myself and the community, really.
Yeah.
And the youngsters, because I'm doing this all free of charge at the time, because I believed what it's about, and I just was inspired by creating something that wasn't there before.
There you go.
We put a video out into the world that didn't exist before. He put some words out into the world that weren't there before. So that's the way I was looking at it. So I ended up spending my whole commission check at the time was like $6,000-$7,000. I had a nice little check, closed on a nice deal. And I bought like all, top of the line video equipment. And it hurt, it hurt. It was like.
But it's paying off though.
Yeah, in the long run. But at the time, you don't know. You don't know how this is going to play out.
Exactly, yeah.
And my wife looking at me like I'm crazy. And I was like, look, this is my side hustle. You can't tell me what to do with my side hustle money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't touching our budget money. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, my wife, she's very like supportive of everything I do, even when she don't like see the vision. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
so she rolled with it, and yeah, man, that kind of led to like where I am now. I pretty much people are familiar with the name Love City now.
Yeah, yeah.
And what it's about, you know?
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna say something about what it's about. One thing I like about what you're doing with the youth, you don't allow guns to be in the videos.
Nah.
And now in today's culture, that's what it is. You know what I mean? So how were you able to kind of like go against the grain as it relates to that? Because you may have a lot of people that say, hey, look, I'm willing to give you $2,000 or X amount of dollars to be able to do this video. But then when you tell them ain't no pistols involved in it, like what's been like the reaction to that?
I mean, it goes against what Love City is about. I mean, the name is intentional. You know, I'm trying to show love to the whole city for real. And coming from the environment that we come from, and seeing all the destruction that the gun violence leaves behind, and trying to do something about it, and for me to like be recording videos with people waving guns, this kind of goes against what I'm talking about. And like I tell people, like I've been labeled a lot of things in my life, but one thing I ain't never been labeled is phony, you know? So to me, I felt kind of phony doing like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm already conflicted about the stuff they talking about in the songs, you know? But it's like, okay, I'll meet you halfway. You can say what you want to say, but I ain't putting no guns in the video.
Gotcha.
One, because I feel like I'll be promoting that lifestyle. And two, I don't ever want my video at a sentencing hearing. You know, I don't want you getting indicted off a video we shot.
Right. Yeah.
You know, because of them guns you got on the video. And there's been multiple instances that you see on social media, people getting booked for what they're doing in the video.
Right. Yeah.
And us being through the system, we already see how cold the feds are. You know, like they can pull up anything and enhance you, and you know, like and make you look like a monster. Right. So they don't know that, but we know that. So I'm just like, I'm telling them, trust me. Like I'm saving you some headaches.
Exactly. Yeah. So speaking of getting booked, right? I want to go briefly back. We met while we were both incarcerated, federal prison. You did almost a decade in prison, right?
Yep.
And so you also, what a lot of people don't know about Dre is that, as you mentioned earlier, he was in the music business before. I did time with him, and I never even knew the connections that he had in the industry. So everything you're doing right now is kind of, it's something, you're not new to this. You know what I mean? So if you can briefly kind of give the audience a little bit of background of your music career that you had, and then also while you were incarcerated, did you have any idea that you'd be doing Love City again, that you'd be getting back into the music industry?
Yeah, so back like in 2002, 2003, me and myself and a group of friends, like, you know, we were always passionate about music. You know, we was part of the culture, we felt like, and we wanted to contribute to it. And we had the financial means to put a label together. Yeah. We went out to New York, you know, we shopped our deal with all the majors out there. We had a couple of deals on the table. We ended up getting a full distribution deal with Warner Brothers. So we had the power to put, and it probably don't make no sense to the youngsters now, but like we had the power to put like a CD in stores across the whole country.
Exactly right. Yeah.
To all the vendors, right?
Pre-streaming and download.
Yeah, pre-streaming. Yeah. So I'm not new, but I am new because it's a whole different world now. Yeah. A lot of the stuff that was relevant then isn't relevant anymore.
Right.
But I've been there before, kind of.
Yeah.
And I don't ever like even lead with that. That's why you never really heard about it in jail.
True. Yeah, right.
You know, I didn't used to like talking about it because in my mind, like that was the past. It didn't matter no more. What's the point of talking about it?
Right.
And the people that did know used to ask me, you know, would I get back into the music business? And at the time, I was mad as hell because the music business kind of indirectly was the reason I got back locked up.
Okay.
Because, you know, we took a heavy hit financially. So we were back on the streets trying to make it right, and that's when I ended up getting jammed up. So I was like, if it wasn't for that motherfucking music business, like I would have never got locked up. But you know, just being passionate about music, about the culture more than anything, the creativity, the voice that it gives, like the trenches, basically, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's kind of like what hip hop always been to me. Like it's a voice to the people that don't usually get heard through the traditional platforms. Like it gives us a voice.
Yeah.
So that's what I've always been passionate about. But yeah, that's kind of my history with the music business. And yeah, bro.
Yeah, no, definitely. I love it though, man. So the present with the music business as a whole, doing the videography stuff, shooting a lot of videos. Like for someone that's coming behind you, man, that wanna
be a videographer, want to direct music video, whatever, like short films, whatever situation may be, one thing I think a lot of people don't talk about is budgets, right? They say, okay, like when we first talked, you say, what's your budget, right? You know what I mean? So, like, what is it going to cost, you know what I mean, for you to produce this situation, whatever that is. So if you can kind of talk about that so people that's listening, they can kind of understand the business behind that.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of makes us a little bit different. And that's I think, like, I like to believe the social impact part of it. I've done way more videos for free than videos that I've got paid for.
Yeah.
Because I don't even have to ask that question sometimes. Right. What's your budget? Because I already know you don't have a budget.
Yeah.
But you really like out here trying to do something positive with yourself, or you really just focused on something. Because a lot of times what's discouraging about these youngsters, like they're not really focused on anything. They just getting up and just living without no direction, no type of guidance. So I try to encourage that by giving them, like, I feel like it just gives them a little more motivation if they can they could see themselves on screen, you know?
Right.
So I'll shoot it for free a lot of the times. And most of the time I do that for the youngsters, you know, but if you grown already, you, like, basically in my mind, like, you know better. You've been around long enough to be able to, like, to pay for something like this. And I look at it like I'm not into, like, babying no grown man. Not that I'm babying the youngsters, but they you know, they still in an age where, like, everything's kind of new to them, you know, like they ain't able to go. Sometimes they're so young they ain't even able to go get a job at certain places. But other than that, like, I try to be reasonable with my budget. I don't depend on the income from my videography to pay my bills. I think that's what allows me a lot of flexibility. A lot of videographers, like, this is what they do for a living. So they gotta stand on their prices, and I respect that. But at the same time, like, you better be coming with, like, quality work if you're gonna be demanding a certain price.
Right.
I try to hold myself to the same standard as far as the quality, but thankfully I'm blessed that I got, you know, different income streams where this isn't my main form of income, but it's what I'm most passionate about.
There you go.
I make the least amount of money doing this, but this is what I'm the most passionate about. And hopefully in the future, I can make a living just from doing this.
I'm glad you said that, though, man, because a lot of times we don't have the opportunity to do our passions because we got to work, we doing whatever, right? And so, but at the end of the day, this is more than likely is going to have the big payoff. You know what I'm saying? Well, even if it didn't, there's a social value that you provide. You know what I mean? The impact that you have on the community and things of that nature, that goes further than any kind of amount of money.
Yep. Definitely, to me, it has the biggest upside.
Yeah.
You know, especially now we starting to get into film.
Okay.
We just wrapped up a small independent film with another local videographer.
Okay.
And basically just shooting, man, just running and gunning on the west side, just pulling up to locations and just making it like a mini movie set. No permits, no nothing, no formal training, just two dudes that's hungry, that got a vision, you know,
there you go,
and that's in tune with the streets, that's in tune with our community, and, you know, just trying to tell the stories that, you know, are close to us, and something similar to, like, hopefully we can do eventually like what 50 Cent is doing. Like, I see some of the sets that he's doing for his shows, and I see the big machinery, the big cameras. I'm like, damn, you know, that's the goal, you know, that's the vision. But it's starting with just, you know, two guys out west with a couple cameras and a couple guys from the neighborhood, you know, that's in front of the camera as well. Never been to no acting school or nothing. You know, they just, you know, they following a dream as well. We following our dream, and we working as a team, and hopefully, you know, we can make it happen.
So with following your dream, like, what's some of the biggest things that you're experiencing or learning through this process, especially with this new role as film director, taking it a little bit beyond the music videos? Like you say, y'all running and gunning. Like, what's some of the things you want to share that's like, hey, I didn't really realize this before, you know what I mean? But it's like this, or it's like that.
Just how many moving parts it is to make a film, how many different components it is, even the camera work, just the different techniques of how, you know, the angles you get, lighting, you know, and when it comes to the creative part of the script, just, you know, screenwriting, and then to actually having an actor, you know, get into his role and act it out. And when you see our movie, you're gonna you're gonna be able to tell, you know, where we're still learning.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have a big budget, but I think because I've seen some of it already, it's gonna be super respectable. It's gonna be dope. It's definitely like the quality is up to whatever we're capable of doing. Is like we're reaching our maximum potential to what we're working with.
Exactly. Yeah.
And as we get more experience, we're gonna get better. As we, you know, as our budgets get bigger, our equipment's gonna get better. So I'm excited, man. I'm motivated, and yeah, I'm glad that I'm getting the opportunity to chase my dream.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. And anything else you want to leave with the audience? Any other things you're working on? I know you talked about a documentary too. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, so I'm working with a filmmaker now that's actually he's made a couple films.
Okay.
Like real films with real budgets and like real actors, A-list actors and everything. He's from the neighborhood. The alderman connected me with him because the alderman, he's always been supportive of the youth work I do in the neighborhood. And he was asking me, like, how can we help you? And I'll keep telling him, like, I want to build a digital media program. I want to build like almost like a small film school in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
For everybody that's interested in film. We have a big old movie studio in the neighborhood, center space.
Yeah.
And they're killing it. They're making, they're filming the 50 Cent shows over all the Chicago PD shows, Chicago Med. And it's like Hollywood is right here at our doorstep. Right. There should be a pathway for people from the neighborhood to get in there, so let's get these people trained, let's work on their skills, and then let's demand some inclusion, Yeah. So that's kind of like, that's my ultimate goal, to be able to create a pathway for people that want to get into that industry.
No, that's dope, bro. I love it, man. Well, you heard it here first. Love City Media, Escaping the Odds. Dre Rodriguez, Switching Hustles with Love City Media, man, doing not only just music videos, but documentaries, feature films, man. So I look forward to what this brother is doing, what he'll be doing in Hollywood, what he's doing right now in Chicago. So definitely, y'all stay tuned. Also, you got the Love City merchandise too as well, right?
For sure, yep.
Okay, cool.
I know I've been lacking, but I need to build my website already. I'm literally sending hoodies out the trunk of my car. Yeah. People inboxing me on Instagram, so I know I got to get a little more professional on that end, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. That's how I started, though. You know what I mean? Definitely, you grinding. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
So definitely just keep on doing what you're doing. Well, like I said, Escaping the Odds, we interview the formerly incarcerated who are now successful entrepreneurs, man. It's been an honor to sit next to my brother, Dre Rodriguez, see his growth over the past few years, man. I'm definitely looking forward to more programs and different things and films and stuff like that he'll be doing. And so also, y'all check out escapingtheodds.com for more podcast videos. This is the 3rd season. Opportunities over penitentiaries. Y'all take care. Peace.
Peace.
If you ain't shooting with Love City, I don't know who you shooting with.